said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a beep beep. Audible. Roger, beep musical. Okay, stand by 13. We're looking at it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Twitch, and welcome to the Galaxy League presented by Ozone Gaming. I'm your host for tonight, Yeso, bringing you the play-by-play commentary, and joining me on the desk today for the second time in a row, at least for my cast, my good friend How I Met Your Table. I will just refer to him as Abel tonight. Abel, how we doing today?
I'm doing good. Just here enjoying this beautiful day.
Yep.
Actually ready for some games right now. So
Good to know you're ready for some games. You're so ready. You had to get into one prior even to this cast. So I love it. You're just very much in the league mood today, and
I'm definitely in the
certainly
league
am
mood right
myself.
now.
Oh, I can totally understand. I've been little jonesing for some casting. It's been over a week since I've actually casted a game. Got this week off from my other league, and got last week off because I was not feeling too well. So I'm ready for some games, and we get to start tonight with Carbon versus Aztecs. Before we get into that, though, just a little business to take care of here. Obviously, thank you so much to everybody who is joining us tonight. Remember, we are here every week at 9 p.m. Eastern, or not 9 p.m. Eastern. That is wrong on the stream. Silly smack. We are here at
God, it's not even
8
9
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
That guy's a liar.
For all of your Ozone Gaming Galaxy League action. So make sure to tune in here every Wednesday. That is obviously your easiest and best way to support us. But if you want to support us in some other ways, consider following or subscribing. Those buttons are going to be at the top of your screen, as well as the donation link down in the description. If you are curious about joining the Galaxy League or just being a part of the Ozone Gaming community, links for those Discords, the Ozone Atmosphere Gaming Center Discord, are in the description as well for any information about Ozone Gaming as a whole. The Galaxy League, those links are down there as well. Make sure to check out the website. The guys do a lot of good work to put that together to give you guys all the information that you do need. Stats, standings, rosters, all of that good stuff is there as well. And a final thank you to our main sponsor, League of Mentoring. They are an educationally focused server within the League of Legends community whose purpose is to offer quality coaching free of charge. The mentor team consists exclusively of mentors of Diamond 3 and above, all of which have gone through a trial period in order to receive their role. League of Mentoring and their mentors are offering a broad series of specific tools designed to help you in your ranked endeavors. For more information regarding coaching sessions, please click the League of Mentoring logo in our channel description to check out their Discord server. So thank you so much to them. But as we look to get into tonight's first match on this stream, as I mentioned earlier, we have Carbon facing off against Aztecs, a couple of teams that have really struggled through the first part of this season, but I think a little promise being shown by Aztecs. We did see them beat Nitrogen, handing them one of their only 2 losses so far in the season, so they can definitely hang their hats on that game there, and could possibly put a 3rd win on their record against Carbon tonight, who has yet to grab a victory this season. Abel, that's the part where you talk.
I mean, yeah, that was a nice game. Well, it was off stream. It wasn't there during the stream or anything. It was 2 days ago, I think it was, against the Acid versus Nitrogen game. They managed to get a win. I know Acid now has a new bot lane, so that's pretty interesting thing to get going there. And I also heard in the side of Impulse that their good old pal Sharkleberry and Laserby are going to be playing in today. So, they're not on stream, unfortunately, but even then, good luck to those 2 guys over there. I know them since the last play that we played. They were our enemies, so good luck to them because they need it. They will be facing Requiem, so they are going to need all the luck they can get.
Alrighty, well, as we look to get a little more into this matchup, we are going to hit the roster rundown for you tonight. On the blue side for game number 1 will be Carbon. They're going to have Zayblade in the top lane. Tycho 13 is their jungler. Hyperion 44, their mid laner. Hadarius is their AD carry. And Dr. McLickertitty is their support. Not going to be saying that full name all night tonight. You guys can enjoy it once, but he's probably just going to be Doctor for the rest of tonight's cast. Great name. Not fun to cast. On the red side, however, we do have Aztecs with Notes in the top lane. I'm getting word that we may have a new AD and jungler for Aztecs, but we do have Inheritance, their mid laner, and Radiant, their support. I believe it is Can Maple is their AD carry from what I have seen. And we may have someone else in for Aztec this time around in the jungle, but that is their normal jungler. So going to have to see just what Aztecs can do in this game to, start working their way up the standings. If you do go over to the Galaxy League website under Ozone Gaming, you can get those standings. And we do see a team that will be featured later on tonight's stream, Requiem, 6-0, sitting at the top of the standings. So Aztec certainly has a lot of work ahead of them to try and chase them down. But, with the playoff setup, they can certainly get to the postseason. Just depends on how high in the standings they will be once we get there. So it'll be interesting to see just what they can do tonight.
Yeah, Requiem is pretty damn strong at the moment. Like, there's no denying how strong they are. It's the team to beat. So I know last week, last week, Nitrogen was 2 weeks ago. Sorry, Nitrogen was very close in beating them, but in the end, they managed to come back from that game. So Pipsqueak, to me, probably the best ADC in this league, is putting up a performance of a lifetime. Always carrying his games, and he just does amazing, honestly.
certainly will be fun to watch just what Requiem can do, and see if Pipsqueak has his carry pants on tonight in our second game. That will be Instinct versus Requiem, the second game on the stream. So make sure to stick around for that after we finish up with Carbon and Aztecs. We should be into Champion Select here momentarily, just waiting for everything to get lined out on our end before we get this one going. Probably the biggest help would be if I could find the game. And do want to do a little shout out to Notes. Let me just pull his stuff up. He did want us to shout out his stream. Thank you so much to him actually hosting the Ozone Gaming stream tonight. So appreciate the support there from Notes. But if you guys do want to support specifically the Aztecs top laner, he does stream a ton. If you guys want to check him out, he is over at twitch.tv/notes with a Z SK. So if you guys want to support him, obviously he is hosting our stream tonight. So thanks so much to him for getting us out to even more viewers. That's all we care about here. We just want to bring the Galaxy League to as many people as possible. Thank you again so much for everybody joining us tonight, and certainly looking forward to a great cast for week number 4 of the Galaxy League. And it appears as if we will have Aztec in the jungle for the Aztecs.
Ooh,
So
Aztec in the
no-
jungle.
Yeah, looks like no changes there. And we do have, looks like, swapping out. There we go. Just getting both teams situated in the lobby right now before getting into Champion Select here for this first game of the day.
We'll see if Carbon can get their first win of the split.
Yeah, it's certainly going to take a lot. They definitely have, as we mentioned earlier, Aztecs at 2-4, so possibly an opportunity for Carbon to grab their first win at a team near the bottom of the standings. But the Aztecs have been no slouches so far this season, despite what their record shows. So Carbon is definitely going to have to earn their first victory. If they want to get it done tonight, they will have 2 chances to grab that as we prepare for this first game.
Are you ready, Yeso?
Oh, I'm always ready, my friend.
You're supposed to say aye, aye, Captain. Slacker.
I'm driving.
Slacker.
I'm at the helm of this ship. I'm the
Slacker.
captain here.
Excuse me, you work
You
under
need to go
me?
swab the deck, cabin boy.
You work under me? Honestly, I'm playing around. But that was a SpongeBob reference, but you just don't get it.
Oh man, don't start me on the SpongeBob references, man. I was getting some
You know, actually,
good ones today.
dude, I got tickets to go see the Broadway show.
And we do want to thank Notes for donating to us here at the Galaxy League. Appreciate the support. I guess we can go follow today, my friend. But yeah, don't start me on the SpongeBob references, man. My roommate and I have the first 100 episodes of SpongeBob on DVD, and we watch it whenever we make dinner. So,
Dude, I have it.
All right. Well, SpongeBob champion select here for game number 1. As we mentioned, Carbon is on the blue side here, and Aztecs on the red side for this first game of the stream. And we will start with the Taric ban there for Carbon.
No surprise there. Radiant uses Taric. He probably one of his best champs. But what I'm curious is if they're gonna ban out either Aztec or Notes at all. You know, considering Notes has been really high on the First Blood bandwagon, like he just gets it all the time. So let's see, maybe they will ban his Camille out or something.
Yeah, Notes has certainly been. He seems to be one of the more consistent carries for the Aztecs lineup. He always seems to be making some good plays, and throwing some bans his way would certainly be smart. I would be interested to see. We've seen his Camille a few times, even on just the stream. So I would be curious to see if Carbon is willing to let that through, because he's shown he's willing to first pick that.
Last ban, what will it be?
The Orianna. So looks like the Camille will be let through, because I don't anticipate Aztecs banning it now. Will Zayblade pick it up, or are they going to let Notes take it? Because I would be surprised if they didn't grab that champion in the first rotation. The early Sejuani pick there for Carbon. Still a very strong jungler, very tanky, good engage, good team fighting. So pretty solid all around pick there. And the engage picked up early for Aztecs, as well as they do grab that Alistar for Radiant. They're actually going to take the bot lane, as that Varus is picked up for Cam Maple. Aw, thanks Abel for subscribing with Twitch Prime. You're so nice.
It's free, right?
Yeah, it's free.
I was like, I haven't used it this month. Screw it, why not? So bot lane gets picked up. Corki definitely going mid lane. There's no way in hell this Corki is going to be going a bot.
Ooh, that just sounds like a challenge.
Man, nah. No challenges. Fiora top. Interesting pick here.
And the Malzahar actually that final pick for Aztecs in the first pick phase. So they will actually let Notes get the counter pick onto the Fiora, but they're going to actually wait for another round of bans before going for that. Interesting to see how confident Zayblade is blind picking the Fiora there, knowing how strong Notes has been this season.
I want to see the Camille come out. I want to see Camille versus Fiora. And there goes a Camille.
I don't blame him. I was honestly surprised that Aztecs were willing to let that pick just sit and let his top lane pick go to post second ban phase. But I would assume Notes is probably feeling pretty confident that he can still beat Zayblade with something else. So we'll just have to see exactly what that is. Aw, you're welcome, Freelance.
Dude, you can't sub. What the hell? I was the first sub, bro. You can't do that.
I
You can't
didn't
just
say I
follow.
was the
You
first
can't just-
sub. Man, you salty because I'm stealing the limelight.
Jesus Christ, this guy.
Feels bad, Abel.
Can we get someone else to cast?
Yeah, man. I'll see you later. Peace out.
Well, solo casting. Here we go. Something I've done before.
Good luck. It's not fun.
Oh, I know.
From experience, it's very rough. But back to Champion Select, we do have the Kayn picked up by Aztecs here with that first pick after the second ban phase. So saving that top lane counter pick for last. They want to see the rest of the composition before they do so. And now the bot lane is going to be locked in here for Carbon, and it's going to be Misfortune, Nami. So a good amount of poke and sustain in that bot lane. But they're going to have to deal with great engage from the Alistar, and those are both fairly immobile champions. Misfortune does have the move speed buff, but yeah, this is Gnar post ban as well, or not post ban, post nerf. Jeez.
Post ban.
You can, yeah. You can tell it's been a little while since I've been on the cast. But for anybody that hasn't read the latest patch notes for patch 8.4, Gnar was in fact nerfed on this latest patch. They reduced the it was the cooldown refund for his boomerang.
Yes.
It's now 40% at all levels refund for grabbing that instead of scaling from 45% up to 60%. But they did increase the base damage on his hop, which is not much. I mean, you don't really use it to get damage, but still gives him a little bit more.
That extra damage,
DPS.
bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man. Oh,
Hop
Now
in there
Gnar's
and
just gonna
don't
be-
get your Q back.
he's gonna be hopping on everybody's heads.
Play some leapfrogging here.
Yeah, but no, the nerf to the cooldown refund for his boomerang is certainly significant. Just lowers his DPS, but Gnar still quite the safe pick. Very good in laning phase. Skills up fairly well in that side lane. Can be just an absolute beast. In the 1v1, you get that Black Cleaver as well as the Frozen Mallet. Still very, very strong. One other little item change, though, to mention is and I believe it was patch 8.3 where they reduced the slow for ranged auto attacks with Frozen Mallet. So that's, another little nerf to Gnar. But I would say he's still fairly powerful, and it will just be interesting to see how Notes is able to play into that Fiora in the top lane. I would imagine he's still feeling fairly confident considering how he has played this season, but we'll have to see just what Zayblade can bring to that 1v1.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting combo coming out from Carbon's side, though. You do have the Fiora, who can, at one point, is going to be able to outdo anyone on the other side of the team. So they're going to be running most likely a 1-4, or they can do a 1-3-1 with the Corki once he has the packages. They do have the disengage when it comes to the Nami and the Sejuani. So there's disengage, there's also engage in there, and there's siege potential with Misfortune and the Nami and the Corki. Like, they can also all siege all together. Just auto attack the turret, bring it down. Easy peasy. But at the same time, Aztec side, they do have a massive engage comp. Barrett's all coming in here. Alistar going there. Gnar, if he manages to get his Gnar bar correctly, just goes in there and just starts CCing everyone that's in front of him. And Kayn, depending on how he's gonna go, which most likely is gonna be, tank side or whatever was his name again, is definitely gonna be a major impact when it comes to team fights. So it's gonna be an interesting game going here. What do you think, Yeso?
I definitely like the engage drafted by Aztecs. I don't know. I will always heavily favor in lower elos picking engage compositions. I feel like they're much easier to execute on. Your win conditions are a lot more straightforward, and I think it's just very clear what you want to do. Aztec wants to scale up a little bit, group as 5, and engage with the Alistar. Pretty straightforward, and then get the follow-up from the Gnar as well as the Varus. siege compositions like the one Carbon has put together can certainly be very powerful. Obviously, you have the double marksman, which can be very strong at sieging towers, as you mentioned. And the Fiora, if she gets ahead, can be a beast in the side lanes. But I just think their composition is a little more difficult to play on, but certainly not impossible. And we'll just have to see what they do. I think it will be heavily dictated by the early game. If they can get out of the early game even or ahead, they should be feeling pretty good. But if they get behind, it's going to be really hard because, especially at this level, you get behind against a composition that has pretty easy engage and just wants to 5v5 you. It becomes really difficult to deal with that. So I think Carbon's success in this game is going to heavily be on what they can do early on in this matchup.
Yeah, the whole team fight coming out from Aztecs, to me, should be able to easily win this game unless something happens in the beginning of the game and then the Fiora gets massively ahead. But it's pretty interesting that the Fiora is going to take out Kleptomancy. I know that some people's pretty standard now. I'm not 100% sure since I haven't seen Fiora in forever. But it's going to be an interesting matchup there in the top lane. Will Nodes actually be able to handle the Fiora pressure? And will Tycho even like get some ganks on top lane to make sure the Fiora goes ahead? We'll see what each jungler is going to decide to put their focus on.
And to your man Jose in chat, 1-1 Alistar versus Sejuani's Engage, I can see an argument for Sejuani's Engage being better, although I would say the AoE ability of Alistar makes that better. I mean, if you're comparing Alistar to like old Sejuani Ultimate, where you could Glacial Prison like the entire team with a good one, hands down it was Sejuani, but I think you could certainly make an argument for Alistar's Engage being better. But my argument is more for the Engage as a whole for the entire team of Aztecs compared to Carbon. I think when you get the Gnar flash ultimates from Malzahar, as well as the ultimate out of Varus and Alistar going up with the headbutt pulverized combo, is I think that all combined makes Aztecs Engage much better than the side of Carbon. We'll just have to see how that one plays out for this game as we are on to the Rift for Carbon versus Aztecs, as we look to see if Carbon can grab their first win of the season.
Yeah, I'm praying they do, because I really want them to get one win. Oh man. Yeah, by the way, that's Logic. Logic, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. You're not even playing at all. Can't watch Obama.
And relying on flash doesn't make Engage worse, it just makes it more costly.
Freaking Logic.
And man, if you don't want to watch it, you can click off the stream. All I gotta say.
How dare you talk to my boy Logic like that?
Hey man, Logic, if you don't want to watch us, go watch Note's stream. Oh wait, you go to Note's stream? Oh, he's streaming us. Damn. Looks like you're
There's another stream that you can go to. It's called Compete League. I don't recommend though. I'm playing.
All right, we are setting up for the early game here. Pretty standard starts here. Kane actually going to get the solo start onto Raptors, as Tycho will get the leash from Zayblade on his blue buff. So Notes is going to be able to get the early push on the Gnar, as that was a very hard leash by Zayblade. Yeah. Tycho actually going to save the smite here.
That was pretty interesting now, because now the Gnar's going to have obviously experience advantage and should be easily bully this Fiora out of lane. Get the level 2, get your W procs in.
I'm curious to see what Tycho does with this smiteless leash. I mean, I guess you could... Sejuani doesn't clear Dragon quickly at all, so that wouldn't be very viable. I mean...
No.
It honestly seems like a waste. Like, you just put your top laner behind to get a spiteless leash that you really aren't going to do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
Tycho now is on his red. Could look to go bot side, but with the Carbon bot lane pushing, that's not really going to be viable unless he can get a really good lane gank off. Both junglers are nearby as Aztec clearing the Scuttle Crab around the Dragon Pit. So could see them possibly run into each other momentarily around this bot side, but Tycho going towards the mid lane, now going to redirect to the bot side. Aztec is here, headbutt pulverize on Hadarius. He is going to be exhausted. Aztec wants this early kill. He's going to get slowed, flashes over the wall, and Tycho will be here to discourage any further aggression from the Aztec's bot lane, but good on them to force the Summoner Spell trade. Exhaust for Flash will mean that Hadarius is going to be a lot more susceptible to ganks here over the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty nice again coming in from Aztecs in there. Definitely the passages that they took was very smart, even though they did get a flash in return, so that was good in them. I would see CS is equal in top lane at the moment. Fiora did get level 4 first before Notes did. Hyperion is just taking mid-gang aggro, like...
Yeah, I mean, Inheritance had no mana there, but is still able to win on that trade into the Quirky. Seems like a little bit of a misplay there by Hyperion. As you mentioned, taking a little too much minion aggro is going to cost them here. Sablade starting to get the push going in on the top side. Tries to trade a little bit into the Notes, but he's fairly safe. They both do have the Doran's shield, so good sustain throughout this laning phase. Looks like they both just want to farm up here in this laning phase. Not too worried about the 1v1 so far.
That Kleptomancy, though. Boy, do I love Kleptomancy.
Now, Notes is on the top side, but he should, or Aztec is on the top side, I should say. But he was spotted out. Zayblade possibly going a little too aggressive here, not respecting Aztec in the river brush. Is going to get pushed out, takes a bit of damage from the Kayn, but worse for wear here, can just go back to laning with the Kleptomancy as well as just Fiora's inbuilt sustain, and the Doran shield should feel very good, just farming her health bar back up in lane.
Yeah, RNG was on his side during that fight because Aztec's Vital was in the same direction that Z-Blade queued into, so he was managed to get some health back in the end. So it's not bad, and, you know, he still has his summoner, so not bad for Z-Blade there. Like CS is still equal, so he should be ahead at one point. Level 6 coming out from Z-Blade Notes as well now.
Yeah, we also have a level 6 in the mid lane, so certainly could see that 1v1 get a little more dangerous. The bot lanes just continue to farm it up. Nothing much happening down here as both AD carries just concerned about their CS right now and not really worried about the 2v2. Don't expect much happening there, at least until ultimates come out from the supports or they do get jungler attention down there. But both junglers are now on the bot side backing. Aztec is going to get back to base as Tycho goes to clear his blue buff.
Aztec's coming out with 3 control wards. 3. This guy really wants to put down the vision.
Now, if we do take a look at the gold leads here, no kills coming through so far or towers, but still about a 600 gold lead built up by the side of Aztecs, and purely through farm, about a 150 gold lead for the AD carry. About 150 gold lead for their support. Starting to build up a little bit of a gold lead in the jungle as well. Aztec doing a good job farming up. The only deficit they really have is Notes in the top lane. That Kleptomancy doing a lot of work so far for Zayblade, giving about 200 gold lead so far. Not all that significant in this early game, but once we start getting some kills, could see those start to snowball either way.
Yeah, we see the moment, and Harrison's probably looking to run down bot, or just putting down some vision in the moment. Aztec is level 6 now, so let's see, maybe he tries to go for another gank of bot lane.
He is going to be spotted here by the Scryer's Bloom. Does take down the Scuttle Crab. Radiant roaming up to try and help out his jungler Aztec in full retreat. Ooh, there comes the package from Hyperion. Aztec could be in big trouble. He's going to go down. That's first blood there to head Darius as Aztec doesn't respect the vision from Carbon there and gets punished for stepping up a little too far. Now
Yeah, they're
Inheritance
still staying though.
Yeah, Inheritance trying to discourage Carbon from turning on to this Ocean Drake. Radiant is here as well. This could be a pretty easy engage for the Alistar. Inheritance forced to back away as Hyperion throwing out as much poke as he can. Can Maple's here as well. Does have the ultimate available. No ultimate for the Alistar, but still has the Headbutt Pulverize combo, but that's going to be the Ocean Drake going over to Carbon. So good job keeping Inheritance split up from his bot lane and keeps Aztecs from being able to engage a fight there and secures an early Drake for the side of Carbon.
Yeah, good job on on the side of Carbon coming out with a dragon play there. They managed to pick out Aztecs, who was not respecting the vision at all. He still has summoners up, so I don't know why he didn't use it. So it's very questionable there. At the same time, the bot lane from Aztec decided to join in for the dragon fight, which is not really worth it as much considering it's a water Drake. So you might as well just push in your lane and try to get the other ADC in behind. But in the end, Carbon managed to took the dragon away from them and got a kill on the ADC. So hopefully this manages to get them ahead so they can win the first game. For Christ's sake, I really wanted to win the first game.
Got a Carbon fan on the desk tonight. First Blood certainly does them a lot of good, getting some gold onto Misfortune. Oh yeah,
those doubles are going to be hurting.
Well, as we do near 11 minutes into this game, still a solid gold lead for the side of Aztecs, despite dropping First Blood, able to build good CS leads across the board.
Logic, I'm not a fan of Aztecs. I'm just a fan of the low tier teams. I like the underdog story.
Oh, hello, Maple.
That didn't happen.
That nobody saw that. No one saw that. Don't worry, Maple. Nobody saw that. You totally didn't just randomly ult back towards your own tower, and just that the tooltip is wrong. Can Maple has his ultimate available. We're just joking. Notes and Zayblade fighting in the top lane, getting a little bit of damage out in the 1v1. Notes actually able to win that trade. Both still have their ultimates available, as Notes will try and charge his Narbar up before taking another fight. Zayblade may want to go in here, but taking the poke back from Notes, forced to back off. Now the engage from Radiant on the bot side. Good bubble there from Doctor. Now they're going to try and turn this around. The ultimate comes out from the Nami, and now they're fighting in the jungle as well as Tycho, forced away by the duo of Inheritance and Aztec.
Yeah, I don't know if the wave was really necessary right there. Oh, Aztec's looking to get
Aztec
down.
in big trouble. The Glacial Prison comes out and Tycho grabs that kill. Not a lot of respect from Aztec there and is punished for it by Carbon as he just gets CC chained to death. Zayblade wants to fight on the top side, has the ultimate available to Does he go for it? No, the teleport's coming in from Inheritance. This could spell death for the Fiora. Ooh, good riposte, but it doesn't riposte the ultimate. Notes was too far away though, so he actually can't support Inheritance. Was too afraid of the Fiora. Seems like a misplay there with the teleport coming in from his mid laner, and that means that teleport is essentially not worth it as they don't get the kill out of it.
Nope. That was a very questionable TP there. As you can see, Nose was backing out. I mean, the thing is, like, there was probably miscommunication going on there because Nose was backing away from it, and the TP came in, and then the ult came out. I guess Nose didn't expect him to go all in. Maybe it was to me, and I would have probably be like just a bluff TP, like you just summon it out there just to get him away from you and just cancel it.
Yeah, definitely looked like some miscommunication in some form. So that TP will not be available for Inheritance for a few more minutes. So a little bit less map mobility by the Malzahar.
I wish I could see the bar from how you call him? From Kayn to see if he's anywhere near close to transforming.
At about 14 minutes in, he should be fairly close. He's been in combat plenty of times. He's been on the losing end of it, but combat nonetheless. Now trying to take down the Scuttle Crab to get a little more vision on the top side. Blue buff is going to be handed over to Hyperion here. So he's going to be just spamming those rockets in the mid lane. Looks like Inheritance is going to get his blue buff as well, so should see both of these mid laners looking to aggressively trade with their mana bars going to be fully stocked up on a consistent basis, but we could see a play on the bottom side. Hyperion is roamed down. Tycho is here as well, does have Glacial Prison available, so they could look to make a play, but they are going to be spotted out. Looks like Maple and Radiant will just back away as Tycho looks to clear out a little bit of vision. The next Drake is up in 15 seconds. It will be a Mountain Drake, so definitely one Carbon is going to want to grab here. They're grabbing the Scuttle Crab and could look to play around this. Aztec is going to try and discourage them from taking it. Sitting in the bush, Inheritance moving his way over here as well. They could possibly look to grab a pick on a Hyperion. Ultimate is available for the Malzahar. Aztec is here. There's the ultimate suppressed. Is the Corki is going to activate his stopwatch. The silence is actually going to miss as Hyperion flashes away. Doctor here to try and support his mid laner. The damage coming out from Aztec and will get the kill onto Hyperion. Now forced to flash away. The exhaust coming out from Doctor. Trying to get away. Can Aztec get out of here? The stun will land, but he's able to dash under his mid lane tower, so able to escape in the 1-for-0 trade. Now Notes,
that's going
to go for the fight, is going to spot them out with the poke from the boomerang. Discouraged from moving forward though by Hidarius with the make it rain. Now Inheritance got to back away here. Got to be careful. The range of damage coming out from Hidarius is pretty solid. All in all, though, a good job from Aztecs here as they are able to discourage Carbon from taking that Mountain Drake right away. But here's the problem. Aztec has gone up to the top side of the map, and Carbon is going to turn back to this Drake. Nara's going back up there as well. They don't have vision of this. Now Tycho goes into the pit. They will spot him out, but it doesn't look like they're going to respond. All that work for naught. They get the kill, but Carbon is still going to get this Drake for free. Maple and Radiant are coming up here. They could look for the engage, but there's 5 members of Carbon here. They really can't do anything about this. The poke's going to come out from the Varus, but it's not enough. The second Drake going over to Carbon is just a complete misplay there by Aztecs on the macro play.
Yeah, but one thing we got to question now is C-Blade gonna be behind Notes now? Because Notes just went on top over there, pushing the wave. C-Blade's gonna miss some CS from all that. I feel like he should have just backed away, knowing that everyone's already backed out. let his other team just take care of that dragon. You go back and get some CS back for yourself. See, now he's trying to stop Aztec from doing Rift Herald.
They are going to force him off of that objective momentarily, but Aztecs are going to be able to secure at least a little vision around the pit there. Hadarius is pushing on the bottom side essentially for free right now. Could possibly take this down, going very low. Maple has arrived. Ultimate onto the support, though. The disengage coming out from Doctor. The ultimate from Hadarius is going to take some tower poke. Able to take it down, but here comes the Alistar. Heal force out from Hadarius just to get away here, so no summoner spells for the Carbon AD carry, but they do grab the first tower gold, going over to Hadarius' Misfortune.
Yeah, so they were definitely rewarded with the first Terry Blood there. Z-Blade going on top of Notes. Notes decides to use his ult.
Yeah, we are going to get the 1v1 on the top side, but Notes actually doesn't use that stun, but doesn't do it. Just wants to throw Z-Blade back and won't get the kill. So ultimate down and no kill to show for it for the top laner of Aztecs.
Taiko's coming from behind.
Yep, the Arctic Assault will actually stop the hop from the Gnar. Zably gonna dive under tower, uses the ultimate, and down goes Notes. That's a kill over to the Fiora, and now Zably is gonna get the free push on the top side. Kayn could possibly look to respond, but still that gold into Zablade's pocket is gonna feel very, very good.
Yeah, good job coming out from Taiko to stop the hop. Pretty smart play there.
We talked earlier about feeling like Carbon's game would probably heavily rely on how they play the early game, and they've done a good job so far. Down a little bit in gold based on CS, but leading in kills, starting to get the lead in map pressure, especially since taking down that first tower. So Carbon has got to feel very good about how they've played this game out so far.
Let's go Carbon.
We are impartial and unbiased here on this desk. Thank you very much. So
oh, hell no, I'm not biased today.
Good job for keeping your personal opinion out of the cast. We appreciate it.
Hey man, if Jack can root for TSM and CLG whenever he wants, I can root for my boys Carbon whenever I want.
I mean, Jack isn't a caster, though.
I mean, Jack.
Oh, Jack. Well...
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Jet's special.
Why can't I be special? I just really want to see Carbon win one game. That's all I need.
Well, to be clear, Jose, analyst or caster, I would say still fall under the same umbrella of unbiased and impartiality when it comes to a broadcast. So,
Ooh.
But Aztec into the top lane, trying to get onto Zayblade, but he's just able to dash away. That Fiora is not very easy to gank, and Aztec hasn't even transformed yet, so he isn't bringing almost any CC to these ganks. So, almost just wasting his time as Zayblade just able to avoid those pretty easily. Now, Doctor in the mid lane, Taiko is here as well. They're looking to catch out the Malzahar. His spell shield is down. Aztec is here to help out as well, but he could be cut out. There's the package from Hyperion. They're trying to collapse on Aztec. He's going to take a lot of damage, force the flash over to the red pit, but he's not going to be able to get away. That's the kill for Hadarius. Now Maple and Radiant are pushing on the bot side, but still that kill for Carbon could open them up to try and force down the mid lane. Notes is pushing on top side as well. Looks like Zayblade's going to go to respond, but good job from Carbon continuing to pressure Aztec, and now 1 in 3. The Kayn has not shown up very well so far. Inheritance forced to flash away in the mid lane. Good suppression onto the Corki, but it's going to take a lot of damage. The Glacial Prison did miss earlier, so no CC coming out from Carbon's jungler, but Taiko still able to secure the kill. But Maple and Radiant pushing very well on the bot side. They're able to grab 2 towers. and that means they can pressure the Baron fairly easily if they can get these waves pushing. Hyperion could be caught here by Notes, trying to chase him down. Airy, the damage from the boomerang, one more auto attack, and the hyper proc will grab Notes a kill, but now he's got to deal with Zayblade in the 1v1. He's got his Gnar bar stacked up fairly high. He can go mega here. He has the ultimate as well. There's the Q, trying to chase him down. The stun will force Zayblade to flash over the wall, and a good job from Notes, taking down the mid laner and then forcing a summoner spell out of the Fiora.
Yeah, good answer coming out from Aztecs here, getting their bot lane just to keep pushing. While everyone was, it was a 5v1. They're just trying to get on top of Aztecs. But so they got two towers in return from all that, you know. But now Karma's gonna come over here and take their third dragon, which could be a problem later on in the game.
Ooh, nearly stolen there by Radiant after the missed might from Tycho. He is going to get stunned, force the flash over the wall, but Hyperion has arrived. Maple could be in big trouble trying to poke off, and he's actually able to grab the kill. I think is going to possibly take down Maple here. Maple trying to cut away as best as he can, but he's going to go down regardless. But Zayblade is caught inside the entire team, but is able to actually grab the double kill using the ultimate on the Inheritance. So the Malzahar's down. The poke trying to come out from Notes. Shut down is the Fiora as Aztec grabs the kill. Now they could be in big trouble. The double kill for the Kayn. Doctor trying to run away. Note's going to try and slow him down. Will miss the Q, so is going to be able to escape as the bubble lands onto Aztec. But still, that is a 4-for-2 in favor of Aztecs, and now they're looking to push the mid lane.
Yeah, amazing team fighting coming out from the side of Aztecs. You know, Notes came in there with a perfect timing with the Gnar bar coming in there. Good ult, and on top of that, so good job from Aztecs team. One thing that's a little worrying at the moment, that hopefully Aztecs gets to transform now, because it's still 24 minutes and he hasn't chosen any transformation yet. So hopefully he can get that after he backs out.
Yeah, I would imagine he would have it by now, especially after that fight.
Yeah, definitely after the fight. Hyperion went a little too aggressive there. He decided to, you know, package himself inside there on top of everyone. It was literally a 1v4 there. And they did manage to kill Cam Maple, but in the end it wasn't really worth it. When now Aztecs, it was before 1 and 3. Now he's 4 and 3. This is something to be careful, and let's see what he's going to choose to transform into.
Ooh, Tycho could be in big trouble here. That's a Mega Gnar. He is going to drop. But still, the engage is going to come out from Radiant. The damage from Maple, and Maple grabs the kill, his first of the game, as Tycho just steps a little too far without vision. And we do actually have Red Kayn coming out from Aztec, has now finally transformed, so gonna bring out a lot of sustain and a little bit more CC after that transformation. Now Aztec looking to try and push down the top side a little bit. Inheritance is here with the bottom lane. They could possibly look for a pick, but they are spotted out by that ward in the river, so it looks like they'll just back away and just go for the lane swap here, as they have moved Maple and Radiant up to the top side. Zayblade is still here, however, so we could see Notes trying to push heavily on the bottom side and get these waves prepared for a possible early Baron.
There's 3 top side. This is really strange here.
This is a frozen Mallet Gnar, so Hyperion has got to be very procs coming out trying to take down the Gnar. He's gone mega. Here's the stun, and that's going to be the kill for Notes as Hyperion goes down, disrespecting Notes there as he was backing right in front of the Gnar and gets punished for it. So now that Gnar is going to be able to free push on the bot side, as it looks like Zayblade and Tycho are going to have to deal with Inheritance and Aztec pushing in the mid lane. Now we have ults available across the board for both teams, so things can get very spicy very quickly. As the Glacial Prison does land on the Inheritance. Spell Shield drops, but no follow-up there from this side of Carbon. Now we're getting the fight on the top side. Maple's actually going to go down, knocked up by the wave, and the ultimate from Hadarius will secure that kill. Inheritance teleports up to the top side, but way too late to save his AD carry. So possibly just looking to get the push here. Aztec has moved his way up as well. Tower is very low, looking to just try and clear out these waves and possibly secure a tower, but Tycho is waiting in the wings. No Glacial Prison available, but still can get into this fight. The package is available actually for Hyperion as we do get the 1v1 in the mid lane. Zayblade taking some tower damage, forced to flash over the wall. And can Carbon try and force a fight here? They still have the package available. Can they catch out Aztec here? He is going to get spotted out. Do they go for it? No, the poke still coming out from Hyperion, but no engage as of yet. Now they could look to go on to Tycho here. Arctic Assault over the wall towards his blue buff. Carbon just going to back away as Aztecs go back towards the mid lane and look to get a push going.
Yeah, Notes is active now with his both Black Cleaver and the frozen Mallet coming in. There's no one that can 1v1 him at the moment. Maybe the Fiora if he manages to get his Black Cleaver. It looks like he's gonna go for a Trinity Force. Very questionable. But no, we're gonna see the on-hit build coming out from the Varus, the best build at the moment. Darius coming out with the crit build. And then Aztec is now just gonna finish with Black Cleaver, and now he's gonna go full on tank mode.
Now Hadarius and Doc are able to push on the top side, and that first tower there, their second of the game, trying to open up this map just a little bit more, and with the mid lane tower very low, could possibly secure all of those tier 1s here momentarily. They do have a wave pushing a little bit, but looks like Hyperion just wants to back away as Zayblade and Tycho move down to their red side of the jungle, and just going to be cleared out fairly quickly by Aztecs. So they look like they want to push for their possible first Drake of the game. That is another mountain, so definitely don't want to get a triple stack mountain to Carbon. So Aztec gonna make the early rotation to try and grab this Drake. Hadarius is here to get out the poke, but there's no smite nearby. There's the ultimate, and it's actually going to be secured. A misplay there by Aztecs as they don't have the smite nearby, and Hadarius is able to grab the third mountain Drake of the game for Carbon.
Yeah, huge misplay coming out from Aztec there. Aztec was nowhere near there, so there was no way how they should have started that dragon without the proper vision to see it there. Ooh.
We are going to get the engage from Carbon here. Arctic Assault in. There is the redemption, gonna heal up part of Carbon, but they're still going very low. Inheritance gets the kill on. Now they're trying to chase down the carries. Hyperion's very low. He goes. That's the ace there. A clean ace for the side of Aztecs. The double kill to the Malzahar, and they're gonna look to push down the mid lane. They take down the tier 2 and are gonna easily look for an inhibitor. They could certainly turn towards the Baron after this, as well as Notes is also pushing on the bottom side. This could be 2 inhibitors very easily for Aztecs.
Yeah, 4v5, massive props coming out from the Aztecs team there. Everyone decided to focus on top of Aztec, but what ended up happening is that you left the Varus all the way in the back, just putting out all that damage. You know, this is on-hit build coming out from the Varus, so the Gwynstill's Rage Blade on top of the Blade of the Roman King is going to do massive damage to everyone around you, especially if you don't take care of him right away. In the end, you know, hit the areas, he just has to position himself better there because he was just in front of everyone. And this is going to lead to a free Baron now.
Another big thing to mention too was Hadarius didn't have his ultimate available after using it to steal the Mountain Drake, so really Carbon should not have been looking to take a fight there without that big damage ultimate on the Misfortune available. So certainly a misplay by Carbon there, and they get punished for it. The ace, 2 inhibitor towers, an inhibitor, and now a Baron over to Aztec. So Carbon, despite building up all those Drakes, are certainly in big trouble right now, down about 11,000 gold and tons of map pressure.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, this game's probably still not going to be over. Carbon can still do damage here. Gotta make sure that Hadarius stays alive, stays behind him. I've noticed that Dr. McLicker also was going like front and not being with his ADC. But that's something he should be aware of. Just, you know, stay with your ADC, make sure that he's surviving all the fights. And Hyperion just needs to get at least 1 kill in there. You know, get that 1 kill so you can get more items. Get some CS in there as well.
Now Aztec possibly looking for a fight here in the jungle. Doctor will just back away. So they're looking to push on the top side. Tycho trying to get the flank going, but the headbutt will knock Tycho away. As Aztec just content to retreat here. They have Notes pushing on the bottom side, has his teleport available, so any team fight that gets started between Carbon and Aztec, Notes can join very, very quickly. The package is available for Hyperion. They could possibly look for a fight here. The bubble is going to land on support now. They're going to try and get out as much poke as possible. Sablade moving down to the bottom side, does have teleport available as well, so can join any fights as quickly as possible as well. But Tycho taking way too much poke, and Maple is actually going to grab the kill. Down goes the support as well. The ultimate comes out, but it's not enough to save the Nami's life, and that's going to be the tower as Notes is pushing on the bottom side. He's going to be able to easily take this inhibitor. Zayblade can do nothing about it as the rest of the Aztec lineup pushes on the top side. Hidarius going very low. The package coming out from Hyperion, but he's silenced, suppressed, and goes down to Inheritance as they look for their third inhibitor, and this could be game. Aztec turn their attention to the Nexus Towers. Hidarius going to try and discourage them from pushing, but it's not going to be enough. The ultimate comes out, but there's the engage. They get onto Hidarius. Down he goes as Can Maple, in the meantime, grabs the kill onto the Fiora. They turn onto the Nexus, and this is going to be the game over to Aztecs. No victory for Carbon as of yet.
Not today, not today. But someday. Pretty good game coming out from both sides here. You know, Carbon did put the early pressure and they're getting some early kills and stuff, but again, Aztecs just grouped up, had the better team fight like we mentioned earlier in the game. You know, they have engaged on top of that. Just the Fiora wasn't really online. Like he decided to go with he decided to go with the Trinity Force. I don't agree with that, but in the end, the better team won. So congrats to Aztecs.
Definitely congratulations to Aztecs, able to grab their third victory of the season to move up to 3-4. Could possibly get up to 500 if they do grab another win tonight. So certainly could be a big 2-0 week for Aztecs if they close it out. Now, as we look at these lineups after that game, I do have to ask you, Abel, your thoughts on an MVP. I think there were great performances across the board for the side of Aztecs here, and I do want to ask you your choice.
My choice in this game, I'm gonna have to give it to Notes because he did put the pressure. You know, he did 1v1 Z-Blade up top there. He did manage to get active throughout the whole fight. His engages were pretty nice. Even though Aztec did do a lot of in the late game, but I feel like he just managed to pick up kills here and there. But Nose was all about the team fights. He was in there making sure that the Fiora was nowhere near sighted. So I give it to Notes.
All right, well, definitely a good job from Notes there. Playing that Gnar. And we are now joined by the top laner for Aztecs, Notes, getting the MVP for that first game. Welcome to the desk, Notes. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just want to ask your initial thoughts after that victory. It seems like Carbon was doing a good job in the early game, able to stack those Drakes, but how do you feel after being able to bring that game back into your guys' favor? We'll get his answer as soon as Smack unmutes Notes, or as soon as Notes unmutes himself. Notes, can you hear me? Is he AFK?
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Hey, Notes.
Okay.
Welcome to the desk.
I heard everything. I think it's mainly not letting the Fiora get online because Fiora is a hyper carry. So if I could keep her in lane as much as possible, then especially with Kleptomancy, then she can't really affect the other lanes. When she left lane, I just made sure I pushed it in and punished her CS. That way, I at least kept it even. So it was unfortunate because we had a mix up on the third pick where I was supposed to go Camille. So, but Gnar worked out, and I've been playing a lot of Gnar lately. He's really strong.
Yeah, I would definitely say we were surprised you guys didn't grab that Camille. I was honestly surprised they didn't ban it in that first ban phase, but after leaving it open, I was certainly curious to see why you guys had left it. But I guess draft mistake worked out anyway, able to grab the Gnar and play a pretty good game on it. Now, you guys were able to grab a victory over second-ranked Nitrogen just a few days ago, and now grabbing your third victory of the season here against Carbon. You guys have one more game tonight, but I want to ask, what's the general feeling of the team? Are you guys feeling very positive that you guys can start to climb the standings? Do you feel like you guys still have a lot of work to do?
I think both. Of course, we're sad that Dunk stepped down, but we're totally happy with Maple coming in, and I think mainly it's helping Aztec, increasingly learn jungle and just working together as a team. I think we have a good synergy, even more so now, and just a lot of people don't realize how much this game is about team mechanics and how well that you gel. And I think as the season goes later in, we'll be able to just continue to synergize and watch out for the Aztecs. Don't sleep on us. So
I couldn't agree more. Considering this is now my third game I've casted of you guys, I've certainly been impressed by the things you guys have done, and
I'm
look
mad.
forward.
I just want you to know I'm mad right now. I'm
Why?
an angry daddy notes because I started out 3 for 3 on First Bloods, and I don't think I've had one since.
Oh man,
I'm pretty upset about it.
you better get it together. You're supposed to be Notes the First Blood King, so you
Well,
better figure that out.
What is it? 3 out of
3 out
7
of
now?
7.
That's
that's
still a
not
good percentage.
that's not bad for a top laner.
I'd rather have wins than First Blood, to be honest with you. I'm a competitor and I hate to lose, and I want our team to do well. So
I'd certainly say that's a pretty fair trade. But I do want to shout you out real fast. Notes actually did just donate $50 to the league. So thank you so much for your donation. Congratulations on the MVP selection and the victory. And we look forward to seeing more from you guys the rest of this season.
shout out to Radiant and the Cowbell. You're welcome, Radiant, for that skin, buddy.
There you go, folks. That is Notes, the top laner for Aztecs, your MVP for this first game. Thank you so much to him for joining us. And that was our first game of the night. But make sure to stick with us, folks, as we do prepare for our second game between Instinct and Requiem coming at you at the top of the hour. back
Oh no.
on the caster desk. Yeso and Abel bringing you
Oh,
all
no.
the Galaxy League action. I know Abel's over there loving all of the hype that I'm bringing to the table right now. But welcome back, folks. Game 2 of the day. Shush, shush, shush. Nobody asked you for your opinion. You're just here to look pretty.
You're right. I was gonna say here, I look pretty. Go on
Exactly.
Tinder. You want to go on a
job.
Tinder date?
With you?
Yeah. Okay, I see how it is. I'm gonna walk away now.
I think that said about all I needed to say. But welcome back, everybody, for our second game of the day between Instinct and Requiem. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to check us out here every week at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for all the Galaxy League action on Wednesday nights. Consider supporting us. Shout out to Carbon number 1, I think. Carbon number 1 for their donation. Appreciate it. Thank you so
Carbon
much. If
number
you
1.
guys want to support us as well, again, watch the stream every week. Consider following and subscribing. Those buttons are at the top of your screen. If you want to consider donating, that link is in the description for the channel. If you want to join the Ozone Atmosphere Gaming Center Discord, check out the description as well. That link is down there for all news, stats, standings, and all other information for Ozone Gaming and the Galaxy League. Make sure to head over to ozonegaming.com. Those links are down there as well. And thank you so much to our sponsors, League of Mentoring, an educationally focused server within the League of Legends community whose purpose is to offer quality coaching free of charge. For more information regarding their coaching sessions, please click the League of Mentoring logo in our channel description to check out their Discord server. Go support them, folks. They support us here, and we appreciate it. But on to the second match of the day between Instinct and Requiem. After we got updates for the first games of the day, we did see that Instinct dropped their 5th game of the season down to 2-5. And after seeing Aztecs grab their victory, that means Instinct is securely in 7th place by themselves. And Requiem continuing to run the table as they move to 7-0, winning their first game of the day, means that they have swept the entire first half of the season, the first round robin, and will look to repeat here in the second half as they could grab their 8th win here tonight.
Yeah, let's see. Hopefully, someone can finally beat this team. For Christ's sakes, like I want to see someone beat them. Like, I know at the beginning of everything. Oh, looks like we're going to pick and bands.
We are in fact into pick and bands, and we'll start you off with the roster rundown here. On the blue side is Instinct, Norma's Jeans in the top lane, Blade GG roaming around in the jungle, ZHL 07 in the mid lane, Muff Hunter, their 80 carry, and Fidel C, the support for Instinct.
Yeah, and on the other side for Requiem, you see Funky Tater on top side, Viper Fang in the jungle, Puffin in mid lane, the legendary Pipsqueak on ADC, and Absilku down there support.
And as we do get into draft here for this second game of the day, some interesting bands here so far. The newly reworked Swain band away by the side of Instinct here, and a couple of support bands there in the Zyra and Blitzcrank by Requiem. Looks like they're focusing Fidel's support pool so far.
Yeah, pretty interesting bands coming out just from support, and the Warwick coming out.
Now, what does Instinct want to first pick here? They're going to have to bring out everything in their arsenal if they want to beat this undefeated team, and it's going to be the Darius selected, pretty much guaranteed to go to Norma's Jeans there. An interesting first pick here. Your thoughts on the early Darius grab?
Very questionable, because
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, first pick Darius over what's open right now, Sejuani. But,
I mean,
but
or
yeah, no, like,
or other top laners.
or the top
Camille,
laner, yeah,
even
Camille,
Nar.
I mean, it's very questionable. I mean, I guess Norma's really is super about the Darius pick. It must be really comfortable in it. Comfortable enough to first pick it against the #1 team.
Yeah, I think the other thing about the Darius is he's very susceptible. You know, blind picks. Like, he's not a very safe blind pick. He's pretty easily countered, very rough in melee into ranged matchups. So going to be interesting to see what Requiem wants to give Funky Tater to deal with that Darius. But the response was the Nautilus and Vi grabbed by Requiem. So plenty of engage early picked by that undefeated lineup. Then the Zac and Veigar picked up by Instinct here to finish off their first pick phase.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Puffin here coming out with the Seraph. Please don't lock it in.
Possibly could pick it up here to go into Z-Hills. There's a hell. I don't know. I'm gonna pronounce it a couple different ways throughout this game. The Xerath is locked in to go into the Veigar. We do move to the second ban phase.
What's next?
More bans
More
towards
supports.
Fidel's support pool here.
Yeah, pretty interesting the Lee Sin ban that came out of here, because Lee Sin is very weak, and I expected everyone to just keep banning away ADCs from Pipsqueak. Let's see what else comes out.
Could see 3 AD carry bans for Instinct, but 4 support bans for the side of Requiem. Seems like they respecting Fidel here and don't want him to bring out some of the engage power in his pool. And it's actually going to be the Alawi ban, so possibly trying to get a better matchup for the Darius. But honestly, I kind of want Funky Tater to just pick Teemo. Teemo is actually meta right now and can
Please
definitely
don't.
deal with the Darius. Do it.
Don't pick the Teemo. Don't be a troll.
No, it's going to be the Lulu grabbed for I'm Still Koo here. We'll have that Ardent Sensor support. So the question now is, it looks like that Nautilus could possibly be going top lane instead. Was expecting it to possibly be a support, but with that Lulu pickup, now it looks like it will be the Nautilus into the Darius in the top side. Jinx picked up for Muff Hunter here. Gonna get that hyper carry. And Fidel could round out this lineup. What does he want to pick up into this Lulu? Possibly put the Jinx in a good position to snowball this game. And it's going to be the Morgana. Good pick champion. Solid power in team fights if she can get into the center of Requiem's lineup and get the soul shackles going. Now the question is what does I'm Still Koo to run into that Jinx? The Caitlyn is available. A lot of AD carries available. Honestly, the Ezreal and Tristana banned away, but outside of that, the Varus is still up, and that will be the pick there for the Requiem AD carry. So surprising that the Varus was actually able to get all the way down to last pick here.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised about that.
I definitely would have probably wanted to ban that instead of the Alawi, but Pipsqueak is going to get that very, very strong AD carry for this last game of the day.
Yeah, very surprising to see the Varus come through in there in the end. One of the strongest ADCs at the moment. The Alawi, like you mentioned, was a pretty interesting ban. Since you already saw the Nautilus, you might expect it to go support, but at the same time, Alawi is not really something you have to ban. And as we see from here, Norman's is going to take Ignite. So either that's going to be Spellbook Darius, or he's going to go for the win lane. Alright, so from this team combo, we can definitely see the Requiem with the Nautilus, Vi, Xerath, Varus, and Lulu picks here. It's going to be all in, heavy on the pick. Pick one of the members out, get them down. Easy kills. Meanwhile, on the side of Instincts, with the Darius not really fitting in at all in this comp. I mean, I can see the Jinx with the Morgana putting shields on top of her, make sure she survives all the CC coming out. well, the Veigar and the Sack are kind of lock picks, like they can lock down members and stuff, but the Darius is just does not fit in at all.
Yeah, and I think the big problem for the Darius and why I think this Lulu pick was actually really, really good for Requiem is, you know, he's heavily based around getting his resets on his ultimate, and with the wild growth from the Lulu, she can, you know, if played right, can essentially negate that reset if that cooldown is up. So Norma's Gene's work certainly cut out for him in this game. Definitely going to need to get rolling on that. Darius certainly has a solid lane matchup into the Nautilus. The question is will Viper Fang put some early pressure on the top side? Vi's early ganks are fairly strong, considering the range of engage with her Q, and plenty of damage coming out of that, and plenty of gank assists as well from the Nautilus with his passive as well as his hook. So Norma's Genes could be in big trouble if he doesn't get some early vision and play the minion wave the right way to deal with possibly Vi coming to the top side. And we can debate all night how Veigar is supposed to be pronounced. I just say Veigar.
That dude is Veigar.
I don't know.
It's Veigar. That's it, dude. It's Veigar.
That's just how I say it. You guys can say it however you want. But shout out to one of my co-casters in the other league I cast for. It's Zaya, not Zaya. And it is Azir, not Ozir. He'll say it Ozir.
Ozir. Zaya.
Zaya, yeah.
I'm staying in Zaya now.
He'll say Zaya, and there's one of the admins for that league will always watch the streams, and she gets super tilted when he says Zaya. It's pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
But we are about to get into this second game of the day between Instinct and Requiem. Requiem trying to grab their 8th victory of the season as we have just hit the halfway point of the regular season. Gonna have to see if they can continue to run the table here in the Galaxy League. Certainly look very impressive so far this season, and don't expect them to disappoint anytime soon. But Instinct looking for their 3rd victory of the season. Gonna try and take down the Titans of the Galaxy League tonight.
Funky took heal.
What? Hello? Is this thing on? Heal? Hello? Funky Tater, what's going on here, man? No teleport on the Nautilus? You don't see the spell book? What is going on?
Well,
That's
it's gonna be
feel real
interesting.
bad.
Oh, I can't wait to see this Ignite and a heal top lane going on. Is this season 3?
I mean, Ignite, I can sort of understand for the lane matchup, but taking heal over teleport for the Nautilus, he's got pretty solid, TPs, especially if you get that solid deep ward for him to teleport to. The hook combined with his ultimate is great crowd control, as well as the Riptide. I mean, he's just a CC machine, so you definitely would want him roaming, maybe getting some early teleports to the bottom side, but does just have the heal for the lane matchup, and we'll see how that one works out. Gonna get the early invade here from Instinct. They're spotted out by a ward, so good early ward by the side of Requiem to spot out this invade. Looks like Viper Fang's just gonna go up and possibly collapse onto the Instinct blue buff, so this could be just a trade of blues and some vertical jungling here in the early game. And they are in fact spotted out by Instinct. Instinct looks like they're just going to stay here, help Blade grab that early blue buff from Requiem's side of the map. It will zone away the bottom lane.
Oh, please give me that cheesy level 2.
What is with Galaxy League and smiteless leashes? I'm so confused.
Here it comes.
Yeah, Viper Fang into the top side, trying to get this early gank on Norma's Jeans, but the bleeds taking quite a bit of Viper Fang's health. But he is able to burn the Ignite as well as the Flash, so Norma's Jeans, that's going to be easy ganks for that Vi here over the next couple of minutes. Can go back and clear his red side and honestly possibly return to the top side. Does have that refillable potion.
Yeah, no, let's put down that vision. Come on.
And after grabbing the red buff, that is going to give Viper Fang some on-hit sustain. So I would not be surprised to see the Vi up here very soon. Funky Tater getting out some damage on Enormous Gene as well. Trying to negate some of the sustain. Keep him at very low health. The pull coming out from Norma's Gene is going to get a little bit of sustain there. Healing back up as he does lay in his spin onto the Nautilus. Oh, but he could be in big trouble. There's the hook. But he does have 5 bleed stacks onto Funky Tater and look like he wants to keep fighting, so. And yes, as you mentioned, the heal out from Funky Tater's Nautilus, so.
God
Gonna be
damn
a little
heal.
more susceptible in the 1v1. I don't get it either. But hey, you know, maybe it saved his life there, and maybe that's enough for Funky Tater.
Yeah, Norma has to be really careful here.
Blade is working his way up near the top side. Possibly just going to go for an invade here, though, on the red side jungle of Viper. Oh, no, he's going for the long con, trying to get behind Funky Tater, and he could be in big trouble. Now he's gone to the Tri-Brush. There's no vision here. Oh, now he is going to spot it up as he moves into the river, but he's staying. Ooh, this is big trouble for Funky Tater. Flashes away. Stretching strikes will land, but Blade has nothing to proc that crowd control on, so Funky Tater able to get away just using his flash. Viper Fang is here as well. Collapsing is Puffin. They could go for this kill. Blade GG does have his passive available and is just able to walk away from the Requiem top side and escape with his life. Good job by the Zac to force out that summoner spell on the top side.
Yeah, good job from Blade coming in here to take away the flash from Funky. Now both solo laners don't have any summoners, so it should be a fun lane to go for the junglers. Nice dodge.
Ooh. Soku gonna get caught by a little bit of poke there from Fidel. Good Squeak looking to trade back onto Muff Hunter there.
Every other lane's pretty standard at the moment. Nothing too crazy except for the action going on top lane.
And if we do look at the gold numbers, pretty even across the board. Everybody farming fairly similarly. But Viper Fang has gone up to the top side. The hook is going to land on Enormous Gene. In big trouble here. Coming out the damage. There's the Riptide, the flash, the auto attack, and first blood to Viper Fang. Returning to the top side just before Enormous Gene's flash does come back up. So a good job from Viper Fang to punish that summoner spell deficit and gets first blood out of it.
Yeah, Normus didn't even put down any wards at all. Got easily cut out, even though he does have 2 wards at the moment in his stock. Gotta make sure you put that vision down. You don't want to get ganked like that. Every other lane has equal CS. That's interesting.
Yeah, pretty standard across the board. The only lead here coming out of Viper Fang getting to the top side and grabbing that kill, and Funky Tater still even in CS despite Normal Machines being forced back to base with that death. So they still want to fight on the top side. Funky Tater happy to take this one. I believe take a bit of DPS there. Now we have an early Cloud Drake, so not necessarily the most exciting Drake. I wouldn't be surprised if those teams let it sit for quite a while. Looks like Viper Fang is going to grab the Scuttle Crab and at least secure some vision around the area, but I don't think that Requiem will be in any rush to grab that other than a consolation prize if they are able to win a fight. No Machines caught by the hook here. Is going to take a little bit. Funky Tater. It seems like a bit of a waste if you ask me, but
Partial
No
ignite.
Machines using the Ignite aggressively. Now BladeGG has gone down to the bot side, flashing away. I'm Still Cool able to escape from the Dark Binding, but here comes Viper Fang. Has the ultimate, going on to Muff Hunter. Can hold onto it, honestly, until she uses the flash, and there's the ultimate from the Vi. Grabs the kill onto the AD carry. Now the blobs are out as BladeGG's passive has been activated, and Pipsqueak will grab that kill. That's a 3-0 lead in kills for the side of Requiem. Now they are going to turn on to this Cloud Drake, as I mentioned, just probably going to look at it as a consolation prize, and unable to push too aggressively on the bot side. They'll just look to grab that Cloud Drake and back away. The steal from the Vigor, not enough. Funky Tater could be in big trouble here.
Ooh.
He's low on mana, trying to get the juke. Fancy feet, but not able to escape from Normus Jeans. The ultimate is not enough. 5 bleed sacks, the hook away. Is he going to survive?
And
No, he
dunks.
will not. Normus Jeans able to grab the kill. The dunk wasn't enough, but the bleed stacks were, and Funky Tater goes down in the 1v1. Freelance, you're like 15 minutes late to the Vigor pronunciation discussion. Come on, man. All right, well now, just about to eclipse the 10-minute mark, and Requiem has been able to build just a little over a 1,000 gold lead so far. Also able to grab that Cloud Drake. Gonna see if they can continue to build on this lead. We have level 6s across the board for both teams, so ultimates are available. Now, Pope coming out onto the Lulu is I'm Still Cool. Got to be careful to try not to eat those dark bindings.
So the Jinx purchased a stopwatch.
Purchased or
Yes, purchase.
interesting? I mean, it's not a bad item, and if you want to get GA and you didn't take the rune, I guess it makes sense. I don't know about grabbing it this early. I feel like if you wanted it this early in the game, you should have just taken the rune.
Yeah.
But stuns coming out from both sides of this mid lane matchup as Puffin trying to escape from the Vigor. Now Normus Jeans wants to fight again on the top side. Is going to get fully stacked passive. There's the poke from Puffin in the 1v1. Down goes to hell. Kill goes over to Puffin there. First kill of the game for the Xerath. Ooh, now they're trying to engage on the bottom side. The ultimate is
Nice
not enough from
flash, yeah.
Pipsqueak, but the follow-up from Viper Fang will secure that kill. Now can he get a second? Pipsqueak gets the kill onto Fidel. And now it looks like Requiem can push pretty aggressively here on the bot side. The teleport coming out from the Vigor. BladeGG is here as well. Does the Vigor try and bait and engage here under the tower? Fighting on the top side again as well. Ooh, Funky's got to be careful. There's the ignite. There's the dunk, the flash. Oh, that's an NA flash if I've ever seen one. You've already got the dunk and the ignite on you, and Funky Tater goes down for the second time in the 1v1. And I love it. The mastery emotes from both players in the top lane. I think Funky Tater would probably agree with the assessment, my assessment of his flash there.
I don't know about you. That was a beautiful flash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it saved his life, didn't it?
It reminded me of my good old days.
Oh. What do you mean? You're still in bronze. Those days are still
Whoa,
here.
excuse me, sir. I'm not in bronze. All right, listen, bro. You're the one who's in bronze.
Forever bronze, Abel.
Excuse me.
It may not say it on your account, but in your heart, you'll always be bronze.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, don't worry. I am literally bronze, so I get it.
Here comes Blade GG.
Yeah,
Never mind.
trying to get the elastic slingshot, but he's just gonna go on to the support, trying to grab onto I'm Still Cool. Muff Hunter is here as well. Viper Fang needs to come down and help his bot lane, trying to chase down the V. Now trying to charge in, going after. There's the ult onto Muff Hunter. The Dark Binding is going to land on the Varus, but he's enough to deal out the DPS, and down goes the Jinx. Now Blade GG getting collapsed on Puffin, grabs that kill, and that's a 2 for 0 as, oh man, Instinct gets just collapsed on. Ooh, Zahel trying to take down the Lulu. Good shields. The bait. Oh man, Viper Fang grabs that kill, and Zahel just baited perfectly by Requiem there and is punished for it. Now they're going to look to push on the bot side.
Oh man, that was the miscommunication going down there from the jungle and the bot lane. You know, both Muff Hunter and Blade GG decided to chase after I'm Still Cool, while Pipsqueak was just downside, putting out some damage on Fidel. In the end, it gives a turret to Requiem's side.
Yeah, that will be first tower going over to Requiem, getting that extra gold onto their 80 carry as Pipsqueak is looking to snowball this game now 3-0-3. And if we can take a peek at those gold numbers, oh my goodness, about a 1,600 gold lead for Pipsqueak over his lane opponent. So he's going to be feeling very, very good on that. Varus has been able to complete the, and here's another pronunciation thing, Gwinsu's, Jinsu's, whatever you say. I say Gwinsu's Rage Blade. So has that first item completion as well as his Zergs. So gonna be trying to deal out the DPS here on the top side as they have gotten the lane swap here. Don't know if Norma Jeans has spotted this out. Yes, he has, as they do clear out that ward. I'm Still Cool possibly trying to bait in the Darius. Does he bite? Yes, he does. There's the flash, trying to go for the Lulu. He could be punished here. Here comes Viper Fang, is going to land. Pipsqueak dealing out the DPS. Wild Growth will knock him up, and Pipsqueak knocks him down. Grabs his 4th kill of the game as they look to push on the top side. Dark Binding will miss in the mid lane as they're trying to catch Puffin. Good flash over the wall. The elastic slingshot will miss, but he is going to get the stretching strikes. Oh, Blade GG, you had the Scuttle Crab right in front of you. That was easy, but the cleanse will be used by Puffin, and he's able to get away. Now Requiem can look to turn onto this Rift Herald. Oh, looks like they might want to fight here. Instinct come, fake it down the Vigor. Blade GG gonna go down as well. Passive is activated. The Soul Shackle's not enough to take down Viper Fang. There's the Super Mega Death Rocket from Muff Hunter. CC trying to come out. The stun will miss from the Xerath, but Muff Hunter in full retreat as Pipsqueak trying to chase down the Jinx. Ooh, Dark Banding is going to land. That could be big trouble. Getting pulled in, and the dunk shut down as Pipsqueak, as Norma Jeans is able to grab that kill. So overstepping was Requiem there. They won that fight easily, even after the trade back, but were able to give over some gold to Instinct. Maybe just a little bit of pity gold there.
Hey man, Norma Jeans is gonna carry this. He's 3-2 at the moment.
He's doing all right. Does have his Black Cleaver so far, as well as his fully upgraded boots. So Merc Tread's going to help him deal a little bit with all the crowd control coming out from the side of Requiem, but I'd still say he's a long way away from carrying this game. Certainly doing the best on this side of Instinct so far, but now Instinct has swapped their bot to the mid lane, looking to get the push going, and Funky Tater going to try and deal with the Jinx push. Puffin is on the top side now. He could be in big trouble. No ultimate available for Normus Jeans.
Ooh, Normus Jeans looks gonna
Oh,
get
there's
it,
the
though.
spin though, and yeah, he will get the solo kill onto Puffin as Puffin steps up a little too far and is punished for it, and that's the 4th kill. Shout out to Normus Jeans for his score in this game at 17.5 minutes.
Hey, he's a
4-2-0. 420.
I mean, good stuff for Normus Jeans there. Really, getting on top of Puffin, knowing that he had no flash, so there's no way he can escape from him.
Ooh, Zahel could be caught here on the bot side. Viper Fang is already that he has the damage to take down the Vigor. There's the CC, and Funky Tater grabs the kill onto the Instinct mid laner, but Normus Jeans is pushing on the top side. This is going to be a free tower to equalize that tower count for now. So good job by the Darius to continue to push his advantage in the top lane.
Yeah, good advantage there from Normus. Continue pushing on. Get that turret down. Get some goals to your team. Make sure you can carry the team now.
Yeah, and shout out to Freelance. I guess I can't say that Normus Jeans has his carry pants on. He has his carry jeans on. But now they're trying to engage in the mid lane. The Let's Bounce will pull Viper Fang into the tower and force the flash away as they were trying to go all in onto Blade
Normus
GG.
Jeans.
Now Normus Jeans has arrived in the mid lane. They're going to try and throw out all the CC, and they turn and burn as Normus Jeans goes down. There's the ultimate from the Xerath. Down goes the Jinx as well. Funky Tater able to grab that kill, and they can look to push here in the mid lane. They've got 5 members here, a full minion wave, and just the Morgana and Vigor to defend. Ooh, the poke coming out. Pipsqueak going very low as he was eating the tower shots, forced to use his heal. Gotta be very careful. Viper Fang able to dodge away from the Dark Binding. Rift Herald has been dropped in the mid lane as well. Caught as hell, able to grab the kill onto Pipsqueak, but goes down in turn as Funky Tater grabs his 3rd kill of the game. Now Rift Herald trying to take down this mid tower, and that's going to be easily secured there. Ooh, the hook lands onto the support, and down goes the Morgana as Funky Tater grabs his 4th kill of the game. Ooh, man, that was just
That
back
was pretty-
and forth.
Yeah, pretty interesting back and forth and fights going on in there. Pipsqueak ended up getting caught out in the end, so no MVP for you this time. But you can definitely see now that how Requiem is like just out scaling them. They're out rotating them, out team fighting them. Funky's getting those one lonely picks on top of Muff Hunter. Sahel's not getting enough stuns in there. Like, this is something that Instinct just has to be worried about. I mean, you have to make sure your Muff Hunter is going to be scaling at one point, so like you can just put out all the bursts with the crits. Hopefully cover into that.
Yeah, I gotta say that was a little bit of a fiesta there in the mid lane for a minute. Both teams kind of continuously going back and forth and continuing to fight underneath that tower. So Requiem obviously feeling like they have a big enough lead to play as aggressively as they were, but they do need to be careful about giving too much gold over to this Instinct lineup. They scale very, very well. The Jinx a good late game carry, the Vigor as well, you know, with the infinite scaling, and definitely don't want to deal with that Darius running around in your back line just dunking on everybody. So I would say tempered aggression probably the name of the game for Requiem as this game continues now nearing 21 minutes into this match.
Yeah, Pipsqueak is on at the moment. Oh,
Trying to catch up Blade GG there in its jungle, able to slingshot away. Could try and catch Normus Jeans here. Pipsqueak playing
Just
very
to be
aggressively.
so
Dark Binding will actually land. Here comes the stun from the Vigor. Could follow this up, but the damage not enough to even burn through the Lulu shield there. So Pipsqueak very, very safe and topped off on health as they look to continue to push the mid lane. Now Baron is available, could look to go for this, but there is a vision from Instinct, so they will spot this out. Just looks like they're going to go for the top lane tower, however. possible bush camp here. The Death Brush is in try right now. Looks like they'll just step out though and try and take down this tower. Viper Fang still sitting in there looking for the engage, but that tower is going to go quick enough to where Instinct doesn't even want to go up to defend it. They'll just let it fall and look to deal with Requiem as they push for the tier 2 Normal Machines waiting in the rush here. The stun is going to land onto Puffin. They got to be careful. But Zahel is caught, forced to flash away as Funky Tater landed the hook. But now all the DPS is coming out onto the Darius, and Fidel does use the redemption, but it's not enough to even save his own life. Now Blade GG trying to run away, but the hook is going to land again. There's a super mega death rocket though. That's a double kill. The Jinx is going to get the resets, going for Pipsqueak, but it's not enough as Pipsqueak is able to assist I'm Still Koo in getting that kill. Puffin grabs the kill onto the Vigor, and that's still a victory for the side of Requiem as a 4-for-2 trade goes in their favor, and they're going to look for their second tower on the top side. Pipsqueak. Ooh, okay. Good shields coming out from the Lulu as they look to continue to push here.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty close fight there, considering how ahead Requiem is at the moment. But in the end, just Pipsqueak just putting all the damage in the back. Puffin helping him now with I'm Still Cool. They're supporting Pipsqueak. Like, it's just way too much damage coming out from them, especially if the fight continues on. Rageblade gets stacked on. Wit's End's gonna be stacked on as well. Like, I don't think anyone can get on top of Pipsqueak if he has all the protection around him.
Certainly going to be very difficult, especially as long as I'm with the shields and the wild growth. Going to make it very difficult to take down his 80 carry, but Mafanta showed a little bit of what they can be looking forward to in the late game. A great super mega death rocket onto 2 members was able to take down the top and jungler for Requiem and get the resets going, or at least get the get excited. So they need to be very careful in dealing with that 80 carry. Polymorph is going to go on to Normus Jeans. There's the ultimate from Puffin, and down goes the Darius. Puffin able to grab that kill. His 5th of the game now, 5, 1, and 7 on this Zerath, and Requiem will turn on to the Baron at just over 24 minutes.
And Norma Jeans took out his carry Jeans.
Ooh, Blade
Now
actually
he's
going to go
going
in
in.
here.
Ooh.
There's the super mega death rocket. It is going to be... The smite actually isn't in the pit. Viper Fang's too low, but down goes PG. They can secure this objective. There it is. Pipsqueak grabs the Baron. Mafanta trying to run away. There's the stun. There's the ultimate from Pipsqueak, and down goes the Jinx. Funky Tater going to miss the hook there onto Zahel, but doesn't matter. They're 3-for-0 and the Baron in favor of Requiem, and now they're going to look to continue pushing.
Pretty good fight there, coming out from the side of Requiem. It was almost close for Instinct. Like, Blade GG used his ult and got everyone. No, his ballistic shot came in there and grouped everyone together when the Mega Death Rocket came in. You know, put some heavy damage in there. It was really close.
Yeah, the big problem though was that Baron wasn't low enough yet, and he didn't have the backup from his team, so it was an easy decision from Requiem to just stop damaging the Baron and just turn on to the jungler. Made it pretty straightforward. He needed the follow-up from his team for Blade GG to do anything good in that dive. Wasn't able to get the steal, and now the Baron helping Requiem out a lot here as they can take down another tier 2 7 towers currently in favor of Requiem to Instinct's 1. And now triple Cloud Drake for Requiem. Gotta go fast, I guess, as they'll now have 3 of those Drakes stacked up on their side. The next will be a mountain spawning at around 32 minutes, if I remember correctly. But Instinct certainly on their heels in this game, down 14. They're about 13,000 gold and change. So their work is certainly cut out for them. They're not necessarily out of this game, but they have got a lot of work to do to get back into this as Requiem looking to push down the mid lane.
Everyone's just gonna group up mid lane, push in together, play a nice game of Abraham here.
Yeah, they don't really have any other choice unless they want to go prep the waves in the side lanes. Both are pushing in favor of Instinct right now.
Mm-hmm.
So their only choice is either do siege down mid or go and set up those side lanes. But considering how well they've been able to do in the 5v5 so far, no surprise that Requiem is just content to come here and fight, trying to get as much poke out onto Norma's Jeans. Puffin doing quite a bit of damage, and now they have control of the inhibitor. Now they're going to go again, land the hook onto Zahel. The ultimate from the Varus will land onto the Zac. His blobs are out. The passive is going to go down, but Buff Hunter trying to get excited here, but down goes the Vigor, down goes the Jinx, and this could be the game for Requiem. They're clearing out the minion waves, trying to get Baron minions into the base with just Norma's Jeans and Fidel up to defend. This could be an 8th victory here in a row for Requiem. Norma's Jeans going to try and defend as best he can, but Fidel going to go very low. There's the ultimate from Viper Fang. There's the hook onto Norma's Jeans. Down he goes to the double kill for the Vi. The ace for Requiem. They'll turn onto the Nexus and turn to 8-0 on the season with this 2-0 week in week number 4.
Good game coming out from there, DM from Requiem. They did exactly how they're supposed to play the game, get picks here and there, and in the end, it was just too much for Instinct to handle. Just gonna be very questionable from both top laners not to take TP at all, especially coming from Funky Tater, like heal over TP. Really, I don't know about that. But in the end, they managed to win the game. Easy peasy.
Now, you flamed him a little bit after he died for the second time, but I gotta ask, are you willing to give Pipsqueak the MVP? I mean, you look at the damage numbers, second in the game behind only his mid laner, but still nearly.
I would not give it to Pipsqueak, actually. I'll give it to
Not give
Viper.
it to Pipsqueak. You would give it to Viper.
Yeah.
I honestly agree with that. I think Viper did a phenomenal job in the early gauges for his team. I mean, he played pretty good all around in this game.
Yeah, he really played well. He did the level 2 cheese gank on top lane, which I love, by the way, was amazing. Get the flash away from what's his name again? From Normal Jeans, and he ended up rolling that lane basically to the point where Normal just did have the 1v1 advantage, but really couldn't make any influence anywhere else on the map.
Yeah, and I do see a lot of people in Twitch chat shouting out "I'm still cool" on the support 1-0-23, and definitely mentioned did a great job honestly in that game on the loop, but I don't know. The engages from Viper Fang, obviously it's not difficult to engage with the Vi ultimate, but still the map play and the consistent pressure put out by Viper Fang on that Vi, I think definitely deserving of the MVP nod in this game.
Yeah, definitely MVP material right there.
Alrighty, and we are now joined by Viper Fang, the jungler, for the undefeated Requiem lineup. And just want to ask your initial thoughts after that game. Obviously, you guys have got to be feeling good and riding pretty high. Coming into this game 7-0, you've got your first victory on the day and looking to take down a pretty low-ranked team, but obviously still respecting them and pick a pretty good all-around composition. So I just want to know your feelings just initially after this 8th victory of the season.
Oh, this problem again? Hold on. Oh no, he can talk.
Viper, do we got you? Sorry, folks, some technical difficulties here on the cast as we are trying to get
Hello,
this.
hello.
Hey, Viper, there we go.
Hey, there we go.
Did you hear my question?
Can you repeat it one more time?
I basically just want to hear your initial thoughts after the game. You guys are obviously, riding high coming into this, winning your first game of the day. You've won 7 in a row. You're undefeated, but certainly got to respect an Instinct lineup that is looking to, climb their way up the standings. But what were your, initial feelings after this win?
After the win, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we are a pretty strong team in this league, as our record does show. But coming into the game, I was kind of scared as Funky forgot to switch to a TP.
Okay, so that
And-
was
Okay,
a
good.
mistake.
Yeah, no, that was a mistake, and it kind of threw us off our normal game plan of the 4-1, because he couldn't really get in that side lane reliably, and so I had to come and help him out with that early gank, and I think that really set us up well. So Darius could not bring that lead around the map, and we could get ahead in other places.
Now we did mention, and we saw, a lot of love going to I'm Still Cool. You guys just support. Great game here, honestly. 1-0-23 on the Lulu. A big part of peeling for Pipsqueak, who did a great job on the Varus. Just talk to me a little bit about I'm Still Cool's play this game and just how he fits in with this lineup.
Well, he tends to be our primary shot caller most of the time, so he makes a lot of the big decisions, and he does a great job at that. And especially in this game, he did a great job at keeping everybody alive. Pip should have died in a couple places where Lulu just saved him, and there was one time where I should have died and he saved me as well. And yeah, it was just good play.
Now, as you guys look to the rest of the season, you've got 6 games remaining on your schedule, 3 more weeks of regular season play before we hit the postseason. You guys have obviously gone 8-0 so far. Are you feeling confident that you're going to go and just sweep the rest of the table 6-0? Are you even focused on that, or are you just looking to prepare for the playoffs? What's your outlook on the rest of this regular season?
I would say we would love to go 14-0. I think it'd be a confidence booster going into the playoffs, and make sure we lock up that 1 seed and get the buys going into the playoffs. So yeah.
Certainly would make your guys' trips towards the championship for Galaxy League Season 1 a lot easier if you are able to grab that for saying why you guys want to go for it. But thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the election, your guys' 8th victory in a row, and we look forward to seeing more out of you guys the rest of the way here in the Galaxy League.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, folks, that was Viper Fang, the jungler for your 8-0 Requiem team, sitting at the top of the standings in the Galaxy League. So congratulations to them. And as we look to wrap things up here, Abel, I want to hear from you. Just final thoughts for this matchup, final thoughts on the day. How are you feeling at the end of week 4?
I feel really sad that Carbon didn't win, but other than that, I mean, pretty entertaining games coming out from both sides. I mean, Carbon versus Aztecs was a pretty entertaining one there. It could have gone either way, but Instincts versus Instincts versus Requiem was just very heavily one-sided. As much as I hate saying that word, I hate saying team's better than another team, but in this game, Requiem's just too strong of a team at the moment. Like I said this plenty of times already, Pipsqueak's gonna be a monster. He's gonna have to deal with this guy. He's just unstoppable. Other than that, I can't wait for next week now. See what's our next games for next week. Yeah, next week should be fun. Yeah, so we have Requiem versus Ragnarok, which we're gonna see Requiem one more time, and then next game is gonna be Nitrogen versus Carbon. So maybe Carbon can get one win away from Nitrogen. I want to say yes. Hopefully it happens because I really want him to win. But should be fun next week either way. Are you gonna be here next week, Hazel?
Let me check.
Hopefully not, so I don't have to be here.
Hopefully not. Ouch. And apparently I am not welcome on
won't
the
say
caster
anything.
desk. Man, just throwing shade over here. Let's see. Week 5 Galaxy League. Woo! Play by play and the color casting.
Oh boy,
Abel, we're back.
You again.
Folks, if you love what you got, keeping helping of it next week. Woo!
Oh boy, this is gonna be another.
Oh man,
good
I'm
week.
gonna bring. Oh, the hype train is coming, baby. Woo, woo! It is
Well,
pulling into the station next Wednesday. I promise you that.
definitely exciting for next week. Then get to cast with you one more time.
You'll
Maybe I
survive.
get Harambe here, but But yeah, I think that does it for today, right?
That is it for today. Great job, Abel, on the color cast. Thank you so much for joining me here. And thank you so much to everybody for watching the stream tonight. We appreciate all of y'all's support. Thank you so much. And make sure to check us out again next week. Remember, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here at twitch.tv/ozone with a 3_gaming. If you guys want to support us, check out the follow and subscription buttons at the top. Donation link in the description. If you want to join the Ozone Atmosphere Gaming Center Discord, links down there as well. Want to know more about Ozone Gaming and Galaxy League? Those links are down there as well. You can go over to the website, check that out. Thank you so much one more time to League of Mentoring, our sponsors. Their Discord link is down in the description too. And for myself, Abel, Smack, everybody here at the broadcast team, everybody over at Ozone Gaming, running the Galaxy League, I want to thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will see y'all again next time.
Bye.